Hello there, Rochelle here with Dreaming English, and today is December 31st, and I thought I would talk about Father Frost, who is Russia's version of St. Nicholas. A little different because he comes, Father Frost doesn't come on Christmas Eve, but he comes on New Year's Eve, and I'll tell you about that. This is Father Frost. Now, Father Frost, he's also known, and excuse my Russian for anybody that I only know a few words in Russian, and I tried to practice the pronunciation, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think Ded Moroz is Father Frost in Russian, and instead of wearing red like Santa Claus, Father Frost is usually seen in blue, and he's got a much longer flowing beard. He also carries a staff with him. You see the staff here. And as I said, instead of Christmas Eve, he comes on New Year's Eve. And why is that? Well, when Russia had its Russian-Soviet revolution and became the USSR, or the Soviet Union, they outlawed Christianity, or they really discouraged Christianity. So they took what people did, and what the government did was took the idea of that holiday and kind of pushed it over to December 31st, or New Year's Eve. And they would still have a tree, but it wouldn't be a Christmas tree. These are my ornaments. And in Russian, they're kind of thought of as toys that go on the tree. They're like shaped like toys for the most part. So they would celebrate and have their New Year's tree, and Father Frost would come on New Year's Eve. And he would have a bag full of presents. So Father Frost doesn't come through the chimney, because and the chimney would be like here. Most Russian homes are like apartment style, and they wouldn't have a chimney. So Father Frost doesn't do that. He would probably magically go through the front door, or maybe he would go through a window. He would not go through the chimney. Father Frost is usually accompanied by his granddaughter, and she's known as the Snow Maiden, or Shengoroshka, which I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but the Snow Maiden. That's his granddaughter. She goes with him. Instead of having reindeer like Santa Claus, as you can see, Santa Claus and his seven reindeer below, instead he has 3 horses called Troika, and that is standing for 3, Troika. It's 3 horses abreast, so they're all together. Instead of having, usually when I have seen horse-drawn sleighs, it would be 2 horses followed by 2 horses, but instead the Troika, this is the Troika. You can see the Troika here. That is 3 horses all together, all in a row together, harnessed together. That's the Troika. So that is how Father Frost goes, with his granddaughter who helps him deliver those presents. Before Russia became the Soviet Union, they would celebrate, and they would have St. Nicholas was the gift giver, and they would celebrate that day on December 6th. Okay, that is when they would celebrate St. Nicholas coming and bringing those gifts. But then it changed to having Father Frost come and bring those gifts on December 31st. Well, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are just like another day in Russia. They actually celebrate the Orthodox Christmas, or is celebrated. I believe it's celebrated on January 6th. The Orthodox And this is my Orthodox church here. I got this. This is actually an Advent calendar. And these are different saints that are in each one of these. Okay, so that they would celebrate that Orthodox Christmas on January 6th. So that hasn't happened yet, but they would be getting ready to have their biggest celebration of the year would be this December 31st, where Father Frost would come and they would have their New Year's tree. So what else can I say? Father Frost, actually, another thing is that there's Baba Yaga. And let me show you my picture of Baba Yaga. She is the witch. Kind of like, well, our witches would have a witch's hat. She doesn't really have a witch's hat, but she's the witch in all of these stories. And she's often trying to steal those little toys from all the kids. So Father Frost and his snow maiden are constantly kind of trying to fight and trying to keep these presents safe from Baba Yaga. One other thing about Baba Yaga is that she has a famous house that is on chicken legs that can kind of walk around different parts of the forest, and it can turn around so that way her front door can then be turned around so no strangers can get inside. So that's this whole thing, is a chicken leg underneath. This I didn't finish drawing, was the second chicken leg. So that's what these are, because that's a famous thing about Baba Yaga, is her house on chicken legs that can walk around the forest. So in 1917 they had the Bolshevik Revolution, and that's when they changed from having St. Nicholas on December 6th to having Father Frost on December 31st. They actually have a town that actually within the last, I think, 20 years in the very far northern regions of Russia, it's about 500 miles north of Moscow, that is where Father Frost lives. And people go by train. They go by train. So they travel by train to this town that is 500 miles north of Moscow. And this town, let's see, it's in the Vologosky region. All right, so that is where people go to actually visit Father Frost. And this town, that's really kind of what saved them, because a lot of their factories closed down, and they now have this whole thing where people from all around Russia and other countries as well go. They even write letters and they send them to this town. They write letters to Father Frost and they send them in the mail asking for different gifts that they would like. So what else? He wears white mittens, and he has actually a wide belt. I don't have it pictured in the picture that I made, but he has a wide kind of like, I think it's white. The belt is white. And the blue, usually he's seen the blue. And then he has his crystal shaft, basically, that he has his crystal shaft that he carries with him. I'll show you a couple other things I have. This here is an instrument that I have that you can actually play music. It came with little sheet music, but I don't think it's in tune. But again, it has the troika on it. It doesn't really have Father Frost, but because my children are part Russian, I have this collection. So I have this instrument. This was a Christmas card that I got, or a holiday card, with Father Frost in red and the troika again. And here's another troika plate that I have. And this year, my children each got some ornaments with the troika on them. And I have a picture right here. I have a Father Frost ornament that you can see right here, where he's in that traditional blue. And another ornament where he is with his granddaughter, the Snow Maiden. Does St. Nicholas, or does Father Frost, or do you have Santa Claus visiting your home to bring gifts to your kids? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, if you could please subscribe, that would be awesome. And make sure to hit the bell so you know when we post new videos. Thanks for watching.